Yo, what is going on, you guys? BashtianYgo here, and today I'm coming at you with my updated brand new Chimera deck profile for the brand new format, post Legacy of Destruction. It has been a while since I've been in front of the camera. It has been about 2 weeks. I apologize for any delays, but we're back, guys, and honestly, this deck is absolutely crazy. Now, this is my first rough draft of what the deck is going to be. I want to go ahead and share my thoughts on the deck, what I feel are some things that we need to improve on, some things that I feel like are necessities on, and I want to go ahead and just overall get my overall thoughts on this deck out to you guys. Honestly, the deck is extremely good, so much more consistent with the Nightmare Apprentice, and Diabells is a phenomenal card and a great addition overall to the strategy, guys. Just being able to go ahead and shut off any type of quick play spells, super poly, forbidden droplets, shuts off cards like imperm as well. It's just such an amazing form of interruption, blanket interruption, and if you kind of can tell what your opponent's having to play, or they have to set a card directly from the deck, you can actually go ahead and pop it as well. So just really good card just right off the bat, guys. So like I said, I want to go ahead and get my thoughts on this deck out there to you guys. It's not going to be the finished product, but I want to go ahead and start, letting you guys know what I would change, what some things I'm looking to do in the near future, and you guys can go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But without further ado, guys, go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to be starting off with the brand new cards coming out of Legacy of Destruction. 3 copies of the Nightmare Apprentice. This card is ridiculously good. Not only does it put a body on board, it lets you search for an illusion, which is really good. And then, of course, 1 copy of the Diabells. I think that 3 and 1 is the best ratio to go about it. You definitely don't want to play more than 1 Diabells, of course. It just gets cloggy, as it doesn't really do anything for you as far as extenders goes. This is probably going to be the cherry on top at the end of your combo. So that's something you want to go ahead and take into consideration. I've seen some people play 2 Nightmare Apprentice, and I definitely understand the reason for that, but I think Nightmare Apprentice, adding as much consistency to the deck as possible is never a bad thing, which goes a little bit more into what I'm going to talk about with the branded package here in a little bit as well, but we'll get to that here in just a little bit. So as far as the Chimera stuff goes, that is for the brand new stuff. Absolutely ridiculously good cards, and so easily accessible as well, with cards like Master Tau or the what's it called, the Baphomet, which we're going to go over right now. 3 copies of Gazelle, 2 copies of Big Wing Baphomet, of course, 3 copies of Mirror Sword Knight, and 3 of the Cornfield Quaddle that we finally got in super rare. Nice little rarity boost for us in the deck. Pretty standard, no real reason to have to go over these if you guys are familiar with Chimera, so that is set to the side. 1 Master Tau, of course. This guy is absolutely clutch, just being able to go ahead and special summon something out from the graveyard. Primarily going to be using this to summon out your copy of Diabells, but there's other ways to go ahead and get around to it as well. Master Tau just comes up in really weird niche scenarios that's really nice to have, and it's essential in a lot of key combos for the deck, so you definitely want to go ahead and make sure you have him. Another card I played that I don't really see too many people main decking is the Emissary from the House of Wax. A really fun card that actually came up once or twice in my most recent locals experience as well. So Emissary from the House of Wax is a fun card. Basically, during the battle phase, you go ahead and special summon this guy out when your opponent's trying to attack. You summon this guy out, he can't be destroyed by battle, of course, because he's an illusion monster, and then at the end of the battle phase, all your opponent's monsters can't change battle positions and can't be used for pretty much extra deck summoning. So it's really good to go ahead and have, and their effects are negated. It's just crazy card, completely underrated, to be honest, and just a necessary card, especially with Tenpai Dragon coming up. This is going to be really good because it's a card that they have to respond to as far as popping. We do still play, of course, the branded package, so I do still play 1 Hex Sealed Fusion. I actually saw a deck profile from the top 4 deck list for Milan regional, if I'm not mistaken, that played actually for Saga the Destroyer as well as the Light Hex Sealed Fusion. So it's something I might want to go ahead and try out, just because I'm curious about the reasoning behind it, but he did do a great job on Hakuna, my dad's channel. So if you guys want to go ahead and see the full explanation of a top 4 Chimera profile, that would be good for you. 2 copies of Fallen Valbaz, I think, is still mandatory for it. The amount of times I actually went second and actually normal summoned this to fuse with my opponent's monsters actually came up pretty clutch. Just start off with the Mirror Jade and take it off from there. Was really nice. But that's going to be it for the engine monsters, guys. Now I play for the spells. 3 Chimera Fusion, 3 Branded Fusion, and then 3 copies of Super Polymerization. We did not play the Edge and Package in here, guys. With the Edge and Package is something I do want to go ahead and start gravitating towards. Again, just adding more consistency. The real reason why I saw myself struggling a few times was because I did not have a way to fuse. So you really want to make sure you're maximizing on your fusion cards, which is another reason why I also want to go ahead and start adding branded openings with the louvers back into the deck, even if you're going to be going over 40. The way I see it is you're adding a lot more consistency cards to an already 40 card decks to see specific cards that you are going to want to maximize on. For example, branded fusion, or things of that nature. So overall, I do believe it is going to be beneficial in the end, adding the 3 branded opening with 1 Aluber or 2 Alubers, whatever it might be, and also adding the Edge Package with polymerizations and Friar Patrick. I mean, realistically, the deck already loses to Droll. There's no way we can go ahead and get around that. It's something you just have to come to an agreement with, is that this deck will lose to Droll. I understand that. Let's keep moving forward, right? For the hand traps, guys, we play 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Ghost Ogre, and 3 Imperm. For our hand trap lineup, we play 12 hand traps in the main. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to be the correct way. I do enjoy board breakers as well, so we do play them in the side deck, which again I will show you guys as well. But overall, I think this is pretty good when it comes to the hand trap lineup. Honestly, I did see myself missing Effect Veiler and Ghost Mourner once or twice during testing with this deck, but realistically, Ghost Ogre has risen to be one of the best, if not the best, hand trap right now. Just being able to destroy cards is really, really crucial right now, which is why I think this deck is a shoo-in for one of the best decks in the format. Probably one of those sleeper decks, because I don't think a lot of people are going to be giving it the recognition that it deserves, but that is where we come to play, guys, right? So for the extra deck, we play 2 copies of the Guardian King of the Phantom Beast. Of course, still play 2. I am on 1 Baphomet. I do still want to find space for a second Baphomet, because a few times where I'll get stuck with my fusion summoning is where I don't have a fusion materials, the correct ones. So that's where this one comes to play. We'll have Illusion and Beast, Illusion and a Fiend, and I cannot make the what's it called, the Chimera King. I have to go ahead and make the Baphomet, but if I already use the Baphomet, then I can't. So I want to go ahead and play around with these ratios, maybe play 1 of the Chimera and 2 of the Baphomet. I don't know, I'm still playing around with the extra deck, but it is something I want to go ahead and consider. Of course, just 1 of the Chimera, the Illusion Beast. This card is ridiculously good and outright just wins games on its own. For the branded package, 1 Lubellion, Albion, Rinbrum, Mirror Jade, and Dragoon, of course. These are the 3 main cards you are playing branded engine for. This adds consistency, of course. The amount of times I either went into Dragoon or Rinbrum was absolutely ridiculous. Mirror Jade, I don't really go into nearly as much, because if you can make Dragoon going first before you even get into your Chimera lines, it's really, really good. Of course, being able to have that Omni Negate is just crazy, and Rinbrum being able to give you access to your Chimera stuff in the event you don't see it is really, really good as well, guys. So I would not recommend cutting any of those cards. Mirror Jade, I'm actually a little bit iffy on, but it really depends on what ends up happening. So 1 Guardian Chimera, 1 Magnum the Reliever, which to this day I still have never made. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this out for another Super Poly target. I do feel like playing something like Drago's Tapelia would be really beneficial in this deck, because it not only is a Super Poly target, it also is additional interruption as well. And the last 2 cards, of course, 1 Typhon Sky Crisis and 1 SP Little Knight for the rest of the extra deck. And in the event, there's a few things I want to go ahead and try out with this deck, whether it's playing double Albion, double Baphomet, the Drago's Tapelia. There's a lot of really good fusion monsters, but I really don't want to take these 2 out either. So I'm a little conflicted there, guys, but that is going to be it for the extra deck. Of course, 15 cards. Then for the side deck, this is where we get a little wonky. I play 3 Gamma Seal, 1 King Tiger Wangu. I thought King Tiger Wangu would be pretty cool against like Yubel style decks. so that's why it's in here. But I think playing something like the Dark Barrier statue might be better. End of Anubis is a card I absolutely love. I just don't think it's the best in this form because it seems a lot less graveyard reliant. It's great during like tier element format. It was great during the tier 0 Snake Eyes format, but I think the format is just a little bit more diverse to where End of Anubis is not going to be the best option to go ahead and play in order to maximize your potential with the deck, right? 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of Lightning Storm for the side deck spells. I think that going second seeing Lightning Storm is really crucial. I did not cite Evenly Matched, but it's a card I'll probably start looking into a little bit more. Maybe citing in a copy of Thrust. You can still search Brandish Fusion Wizard as well, so it does add consistency quite a bit. 2 copies of Forbidden Droplets as well. Forbidden Droplets was absolutely really good as well. I'm considering putting it in the main deck, but like I said, we're still in testing phases, guys. I then played 2 D Barrier with the 1 Trap Trick and 2 Destructive Dharma Cannon. I think people sleeping on this card I think is really good as well, especially going first. But realistically, going first, I didn't want to put too much into the side deck because I feel like going first, the deck is already really consistent. Can already make some really strong plays. One thing I do still want to go ahead and add, amongst the other things as well, right? Branded Fusion, Branded Opening as well. I want to go ahead and add the Edgent package, but also I did not play Called by the Grave or Crossout Designator. So these are cards that I am going to be looking to put into the deck one way or another, guys. Essentially, we want to make sure that we're able to maximize our deck to its fullest potential, and understanding we lose to Droll, but still having to go ahead a way to go ahead and play around it can be really crucial. And also make sure we have Crossout Designator for D Bear, because D Bear is probably going to be one of the best trap cards, best side deck cards in the current game for the current format, right? Of course, you have Tempai Dragons, you have Branded, Pure Branded as well, which is a scary deck. When you activate Branded D Barrier, it slows it down quite a bit, so it's something I definitely want to consider. But that's going to be it for the current deck profile, at least how I'm playing it for right now. There are a few changes I want to go ahead and make to the deck, so once I get it fully figured out, I'll get you guys with an updated deck list so you guys understand a little bit better about how to truly maximize the deck. But I just want to again go ahead and get my thoughts out there. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there anything that you guys would change that maybe I missed? Go ahead and let me know in the comments, so we'll go ahead and talk about it. Let's discuss. Honestly, I want to make sure that people are aware that Chimera is a crazy good deck, and honestly, I think this might be the format where it makes a comeback. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.